Is that one? Mm-hmm. Continue. Continue. So good night again, everyone. I had some connectivity issues a while ago. No, continue. I had some connectivity issues a while ago, and so there was a break in transmission, and so I have returned. Right. So we're going to continue with, the discussion. So we had defined what single meant. We also look at the levels of singleness. We also defined the term marriage. And we also was reading a case, and we are going to see how best we can have it solved. All right. So if it is that you want to join into the discussion, you can always join into the discussion. So we're going to remind you as to what the topic is. Until you are married, you are single. So we have also looked at some of the situations that would require persons to think that they are indeed not single, but in truth and fact, you are single. Once you have not entered into something legally binding, where you go before a pastor and you repeat some vows and you sign a marriage license and you have it stamped and in your possession, then you are officially single. All right. And so we are going to be rereading the case before us. We were sent a case, and we want you, along with ourselves, to see if we're able to advise this couple. So go ahead and read the case again. It says, please advise me what to do. Marlon would come into his office and flirt with all the women. It was nothing serious. We all liked to have fun. When Bianca started, she was newly engaged and had a sparkling ring on her finger. Marlon's first time in the office, he was literally struck dumb. When I introduced him to Bianca, I have never seen anyone hit by lightning. Both of them were in shock. Neither of them had met the other then, but for the next 2 visits, Marlon only spoke to Bianca, and Bianca only asked about Marlon. Marlon was miserable the 3rd time, saying that it was too bad that Bianca was engaged because he couldn't ask her out. To this day, I do not know why, but I replied, she isn't married yet. Marlon, you should ask her out. He did. And when Bianca came back to the office on the following Monday, she was no longer wearing her ring. Marlon and Bianca got married a year later. So that is the case at hand. She wants our advice. What do you think of the scenario? Wasn't Bianca engaged to be married? So for the persons who are just watching, the topic for tonight is until you are married, you are single. So that's the topic for tonight. That's what we're discussing. So there's a case before us, and they want our advice on this case. So Marlon normally comes to the office. He's the flirty guy. He always flirts with everyone in the office. Bianca is a newcomer. She just started working in the office, but he noticed that Bianca was engaged. Good night, Yvonne. How are you? Do you want to be added to the live, Yvonne? Hi, Jody. How are you? So tonight's discussion, we're talking about you until you are married, you are single. For the persons who are just joining, until you are married, you are single. Right. And so, of course, we have defined what single means. And single means, in our view, that once you have not signed something legally binding, right? And that means you're single. Some persons may not go agree with me because, come on, I have my relationship 5 years, good night, Yvonne, 5 years and counting. How can you say that, how can you say that I'm single?
Yes, Miss Morgan, of course.
Of course. And so some persons do not want to be affiliated with the term single, especially because in this society there's a negative connotation to single. Oh, single, that mean I'm a man? No, nobody no own you. No, girl. You have my man. So we believe that you may have a relationship for 15 years and you might think your status is not single but in a relationship. Sorry, when you're filling out any form, I don't think there's any option for that. It's either single, married, widowed, or divorced. I don't see in a relationship as an option. And so sorry to say, people will have to stick single. All have a man for 20 years, 40 years. And why would ladies subject themselves to be in a relationship with a man for over 10 years, over 6 years? Then wait, I'm going to ask you something. So we date only for the purpose of getting married. Or, that's all.
Yes.
We're not sitting down and just date because we're not nothing to do. There's a purpose and an understanding for dating, right? And so me date with the intention that, guess what? This man has to say, I may have the qualities that he wants, and so he may take it to the next level.
Marriage worthy.
Yes, he may take it to the next level, engagement, then marriage. I don't understand. We are fooling ourselves as females because we might, guess what, open one joint account with our boyfriend that we've had for 15 years. Oh, but a single girl, me in our relationship, because that me see myself as, because if me semi-single, look like say, because, you know, on point, please, people dating for the wrong purpose these days. That's right, Sasha K. And so, we are here to let people, girls out there know that until he puts a ring on that finger, you sign the marriage certificate and it's legitimate, you are single. There are different levels of singleness, though. You might be legally single, socially single, and personally single. So you might be within those levels. And so we have a case before us where, and thank you, Tony. Sorry.
But you have persons who are not married who have joint accounts.
Of course, and because they have this joint account in a FIDEM view, my man this, of course, if you go ahead and ask that person who has a joint account with the man, you can't tell that person set them single. You're mad. Single can't go to FIDEM name. And so we believe that marriage is a legal union that officially makes you no longer single. So if you're in a relationship and you take on the man's name and the man not legally married to you, you're still single. Sorry. You don't got to take on the name, but you know officially give you. It's who tell us the man that got married you. Why would you be in a relationship for 15 years? As much time you have to waste. You tell me, say, me date you for 5 years. And you know, say, you feel as if you're not going to take me to the altar. Why don't you tell me this not going to work out, you know, make me go my ways and find the one for me and you go your ways and you find the one for you. Why you string me along? And you ladies, how we fool ourselves to, you know? Because sometimes we know it now work, we see the signs, we see the things them. If you're in a one relationship for 1 year, okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, the man not nothing on me, so why me waste my time about? Why am I not ensure say me accept my singleness and find somebody who is for me? Why am I not do that? So this is the case that we have before us. I'm going to read it and then we're going to see how best we can advise this person. It says, Marlon would come into his office and flirt with all the women. It was nothing serious. We all liked to have fun. When Bianca started working, she was newly engaged and had a sparkling ring on her finger. Marlon first time in the office, he was literally struck dumb when I introduced him to Bianca. I have never seen anyone hit by lightning. Both of them were in shock. Neither of them had met the other then, but for the next 2 visits, Marlon only spoke to Bianca and Bianca only asked about Marlon. Marlon was miserable, however, because Marlon said he couldn't ask her out. I asked Marlon why. Marlon said that she's engaged. I said to Marlon, but she's married yet. You should ask her out. He did. And when Bianca came back to the office on the following Monday, she was no longer wearing her ring. So So I'm going to give you a synopsis. Marlon and Bianca got married 1 year later. So I'm going to give you a synopsis of what I just read. So this is the case that we have before us. Marlon is a man who may have been legally single. He no own a woman. He might have one woman, but you know, we know say once you not married, you're single. So he works at a place where he normally flirts with the girls. There's a new intern that they hired. The intern, however, came. Marlon liked the intern, but the intern had on a sparkling ring, which would have meant that she's engaged. She would be taken in our society regime, and she would be off the market, right? So Marlon feel like, so when he see the ring, boy, I like the catty, I know, but when I think me have a chance, because the catty has a ring on her finger, which is an emblem to say that she's engaged and is about to be married, and she's no longer single, right? And so Marlon consulted with a co-worker, you know, with this issue, and the co-worker told Marlon, listen up, she not married yet, she only have one ring, she just engaged, ask her out, man. So Marlon followed the co-worker's advice. He asked out the lady, and guess what? When Bianca come back at work, the ring come off of Bianca's finger. 1 year later, Marlon and Bianca got engaged. We're going to look at this. What do you think of this scenario? What are your thoughts on this scenario? Anybody? Mr. Suarez, what is your thought on this scenario? What are your thoughts on this scenario? Do you think Bianca was wrong in any way? Justine, think about it. Give me your thoughts.
Now let me ask, do you think that Bianca was single? That's one of the one question. That's an important question to ask. Remember, we're talking about until you're married, you're single. Bianca had a ring, which would have been she was on her way to be married. So she would have been legally single, no sir? So how is it? And that's the reason Marlon respected the ring to the point, because he didn't want to ask her out on the basis that she's soon to be married.
Yes.
So how is it he asked her out, and then 1 year after they got engaged, they got married?
Because it could be that Bianca may have been engaged for 5-10 years.
Because some of these men love to, what you call it, trap us as women with this ring, and you have on the ring for 20 years.
Because according to them don't have enough money to marry you yet. So what I'm going to advise the men to do out there, instead of you wasting your money, maybe Bianca wore that ring to, go ahead. Maybe Bianca wore the ring for fashion. Okay, well that could be an issue, but in this case, Bianca was in fact engaged. And I was saying this, you have men out there who are,
so let me just put something to Mr. Suarez. Mr. Suarez said maybe Bianca
no,
wore
Sasha Gay said it.
Oh, Miss Morgan. So maybe she wore it for fashion, because what I'm getting from you, Miss Morgan, is that in no way could she entertain or go out with another man knowing that she's engaged.
Or she engaged but she not, or she's engaged but she ring for wear for how many years? Okay. So it's a little bit ambiguous, but okay, I'm deciphering what you're saying. So in my perspective, I believe that Bianca, think about it. Persons are of the notion that when they're engaged, they're taken, they are off the market. But I don't believe so, because guess what? Engagement does not guarantee marriage, and so something might happen at the time when we engage and bloops. You take back a ring and go left me.
But I have seen situations where girls are engaged and it never amounts to marriage.
Exactly. Because engagement doesn't guarantee marriage. A relationship is not a committed relationship until you're married. So Bianca, in a family view, Bianca didn't know that. Bianca didn't know that her man a string her along all long. And guess what? This man come round and this man proposed. First and foremost, the man even proposed. The man just go straight ahead into marriage. So men, I'm going to appeal to you guys out there. That guess what? Instead of you wasting so much money on the engagement ring and then you have to wait 10 more years for marriage, I'm going to ask you to save that money and just do one thing for me now. Save the good engagement money and buy one good ring give me and marry me one time. I can't get engagement for now and then 10 years later I'm not married. No. I want the marriage same time. Because come on, we are dating with the purpose of you taking me to the altar. Because nobody not date to date. Tony, do you think there should be a timeline in which person should be engaged for? Do you believe people engaged for 10 years and waiting to be married? Is there a timeline that we can put to engagement? Because, you know, we understand that some persons are saying that they engage ladies because they don't have enough money to marry them yet. So they have to accumulate the amount of money, you know, for put on a good wedding. Right? While I understand that, this is my personal belief and I'm not imposing it on anybody. I'm just saying it. I believe that me not think so. Ladies, they engage now and then 10 years down the line they're waiting to be married. I don't believe in that. I believe that, guess what? The time and the money where you're going to spend to buy the good engagement ring for me, please save it. So Tony said, 10 years too long. I'd say 2 to 3 years max. Okay, Suarez, I agree with you. Because within 2 to 3 years, I must know if this is a person I want to spend my forever with. There's no way I have to wait till 5 years to know. Mark you, we may not know somebody fully in 2 to 3 years. But come on, she must possess some qualities that you like. You say, yeah man, she my one, she's my forever. Why me have to wait 10 years? How am I wait on? Me a winning? Years of long suffering done a long time. We're in a different dispensation. I mean, I believe some if you wait so long. So if you realize that after 3 years, you will know if you want to get married or not. That's right. That's right. So people in a relationship for 7, 10 years, all past common law relationship. And guess what? All know the man not serious. And people, we don't know if the man is serious. We're not fool. We will know if the man is serious or not. Long suffering, dead, long time. So I don't know why, as a woman, I need to sit down with a man for 10, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I wait power. I hold down. When me now hold him now hold me down, and me now hold him down. If me realize that this is not the person I want to take to the altar, he doesn't want me to take me to the altar, let's move on. This not work out. Why me I fool myself? Let me be and let you be, so me can find the one for me and you can find the one for you. Understand? And so in this situation, I believe that Bianca, it may have been engaged for too long and say, realize that this not going to work and say, listen, I don't waste my time no more because I guess that this man don't want me. That man don't want me, no say yes. From there you find the woman and live with her 1, 2, 3 years and you realize, yeah man, she have what I want, so yeah. Why am I for wait 10, 6 years? Because remember, you can say that you're committed to one person and legally and sometimes emotionally, there's nothing that is keeping you from leaving this person. Because remember, people, when you are in a relationship, right? So say for instance, me live with my boyfriend for 5 years, right? May I put it the way here. With living with him, I might help, you know, when we're in our relationship. But enough women remain in common law relationship for longer than 10 years. So might as well them engage for 10, 11 years too. Well, come on. Those persons who are living in common, because remember, you know, common law, the law is, once you live continuously as common law for 5 years, right? Then legally, you might can get something from the man if the man have something. But some people don't know that. Some people not for them view, the man not ready. Because sometimes the man say, me I wait for the right time. Talk to me. So wait, 15 years down the line, you still not know the right time? So when you know the right time? When will you know the right time? The right time is when me old and grey. And then some people stay with you till me old and grey. Because me girl, me love you and you love me. Right? And you are the one for me. Yet still, you know, ring it, you know. You know, put a ring on it. So there's no security for me. If you get up and left me tomorrow, there's no repercussions on you. Because guess what? We never married. But when you put the ring on it now, and you have things and me have things, me can say, yes. Yeah, girl. Things go on because me have things to get. Because not only would I have spent the years in the relationship, but I would have gained other things. That's all? Right. Because people marry for security. I know that as drivers, we trust ourselves that we can drive. Of course. But though we put on our seatbelts and the driving. So what is the purpose of the seatbelt? Of course, me put on my seatbelt.
But me not think some other kill off myself. That's not can me trust myself as a driver. But me still put on my seatbelt. So why I put on the seatbelt?
For security.
For security. So in case we go up one bumpy road, it lick, but me still girded. So we want the ring for security, people. When I want to sit down and we did we wash, cook and clean for them and do the house chore for them and guess what? The man still no get up and left me. I'm married to someone 2 months. When I know for 2 months. Yeah. Me would waste my time. As men we usually know. So if we put it off continuously, then we're not interested in marrying. You're right, of course. Men know when they find woman of their dreams or their forever woman. And women know too. Woman, don't sit yourself in a relationship where you know say man. Wait, why the man can't propose? What? No, me not want a proposal. Why he can't marry me? Me live with her 2-3 years. We do the wifely duties. Because people are
you're not a wife.
Yes, even though me not must be one wife. Because the only
even though you might not be the man's wife.
Exactly.
The man will do the wife.
Exactly.
What is the guarantee that he's going to marry you?
There's no guarantee because engagement doesn't guarantee marriage. So I don't know why me have.
Well, many of them are not engaged. They live and they're doing wife duties in common law relationship. It is not. It's just they're not. Some of them don't even get engaged. That's how far it goes.
Exactly.
And they don't get any ring either. So some of them are in relationships. They live. Then they get an engagement ring, but neither and then they get a marriage.
And guess what? They would have wasted 15 years out of their life. So one man will get up just, you know what is hurtful sometimes, you know. So then we get to a man, that's all right then, we are build with the man, right? 5 years into the relationship, we build with the man, we do everything. Jessica, you look like, what, 10 years, I don't mean I said to tell them Suarez, as I'm saying, you know one relationship with a man, you know. You do all the things to this man. You wash, you cook, all the things. Then, boops, the man cheat by you.
Yeah.
Boops, the man cheat by you. Good night. So our discussion is until you're married, you are single, you can join in with the discussion. Boops, 2 months, you're in a relationship 5 years, Yeah, the man go good. All right, you found out the man cheat. You left the boops, yeah, the man no work out. You think you did married? You're single. Come on, left and you don't get nothing. But the only thing you get is, we can't say it on camera. That's all you get. Because you don't get nothing else. The ride. Just the ride, the free ride. Then I love pace or free ride. Just the free ride I get. But if you had been married and did ring it, then guess what? You would want to jump out. Because that's why man love get rid of one. That's why man doesn't want to get divorced. Because too much repercussions tonight. You have to think about Lord Jesus. But one entire this and that. They go split this and they go split that. That's why you think man not smart. Man smart. That's why you have some men. Because they don't 5 years constitute a common law relationship. They end the relationship at 4 years.
Right.
So ladies, if you have a man and within the 4th year the relationship, you realize the man I say, boy, this not gonna work out.
Take a vacation.
Take a vacation. Take out the man. Give him a break. Well, I can't give him a break. It has to be consistent. So, nice him up till 5 years. You can't split. Remember, as common law, you will get things. So I'm going to put another case out there. I want your opinion on it. So this is the other case. It says, I have been in a committed relationship for the past 15 years. Within the relationship, we have 2 children, 2 boys. For the last 6 months, however, I realized that things were going downhill, but I tried as best as possible to make things work. We both operate a business where I took out a loan to help him keep the business afloat, but his name is on all the business documents. Additionally, the house in which we reside in is currently belongs to him, as I used my NHD points to help him secure it. The sad part of this is that his family believes that all assets that we have acquired belongs to him. Sadly, he is no longer alive and as he died from a heart attack. And his family is now declaring that I need to leave her son's house as everything had belonged to him. I don't know what to do. Please advise.
No, sir, I don't want to be.
So, Racine. Right, so the case at hand is here. So this girl lives with her boyfriend. Come on, said that she's not married to her husband. So this girl lives with her boyfriend, right? According to the case, she says that they have 2 children, which is 2 boys. She realized, however, that things were going downhill. So she said also
Ring or no ring. If them wanna jump out, they will. It is more complicated with a ring. You'll be stuck in an unhappy situation. Thank you, Racing. I do agree with you. Ring or no ring, yes, they would most likely to jump out. But I like your ending. They are more reluctant to jump out when they know there's security. They know that there's a ring, because guess what? Some men realize that, guess what? I may have to split this, I may have to split that. But when there's no ring, right, they tend to jump out more faster, because guess what? There's no repercussions for them. There are no repercussions for them jumping out. Nobody now gonna be them. They have no obligation, and so they tend to jump out faster when it's just a relationship. Because some persons do not want to be affiliated with the term singleness, because being single means that, oh, nobody not own me, me not own nobody. So some persons want to be in the category in a relationship. But I'm sure, however, that when we're signing up forms, there's no option for in a relationship. You have single, you have married, you have divorced, and you have widowed. I've never seen an option that says in a relationship. So until you are married, legally married, that is, you are single. So in this situation here, the girl is saying that she has been with the man for 15 years. They have had 2 kids together. They have a business together, but it's the man's name on the business document. They secured a house together, but it's the man's house. She said the man has died now, and the family now has come to the house and is asking her to leave, because according to the mama, our son thinks them. So in a situation like this now, tell me invest 15 years in this relationship, right? Mark you, me never ensure to the man for the ring on it, so the mama couldn't come claim nothing. Because we know how it is in Jamaica. If it is that the parents know that the man never married you, you know, have no talk, and you have to leave, especially if your name is the pan. Because they want to say you just want a simple girlfriend. You don't have no talk, yeah. Sometimes not even talking over the funeral, you don't have to talk over, or if you bury, you don't have no talk. You have all or most of the talk when you're wife. Guess what? No matter how the mama rule, and you attack. And you name it on the bank account, joint that is, and then you can go access the funds. But when you're a girlfriend, you name it anyway. Not even on the will. So you're not getting nothing. So all you get is what? The years. But those is it that you'd see that those years count? No, them not count. They are wasted years, because I guess what we get?
Years of love.
Years of love, but
no, years of riding.
Oh, me not get nothing. I don't get anything.
But can those be cashed?
No, it can't be cashed. It can't even be brought to the bank. I guess your name not depend nothing. So I don't know. We have females out there who according to them take on the man's surname, even though them single. Because some people don't want to associate themselves to be single, you know. Because guess what? Single now, girl, never man. So having a man say you're not single? The man, is it that you're legally married? No. So why you don't want to associate? So me, why not have no man, right? For example, say for instance, I'm not in a relationship, so I'm not a man. But you are in a relationship. You're going like you better than me. I'm not a man. So when me say, girl, why rain or fall, you know? You said me, I go over my pillar. You.
So me, I go to Roger.
Yeah, go up to my man. I say, Go on with a single. You know, say to me, say, go on with a single self. But you don't realize that you're single too? Yes. Sorry to burst that bubble of yours, but you're indeed in the same position that I am. Except that because society dictates us. So Facebook wants us to be socially acceptable and so then give us a relationship status. So me have single coming on a man and you take in a relationship because you feel like say you're more than me. Sorry to say, but you're not. You're still single, darling. Sorry. You're still single. Think about it. You in a relationship for 5 years, 10 years, the man not ring it. Me not have a relationship, but you're still in a one better place than I am. Because the man dead and you not get nothing. And the man not even dead. The man just walk out of the relationship, can't now work out, and I get nothing. Same like coming and get nothing over here, so coming on a man. You still not get nothing even though you have a man. Same way. So I don't know why girls believe in them brain. So once them and the man are friend and them have years in a relationship, they're no longer single, they're married. And then take on the name, you know. Even though it's not legally given to them. Oh, I am Mr. So-and-so. And you talk. Every time you talk, you know, say I, you say we. I say, we know. Because you go on like you're married. You know what? Sometimes the relationship not work out. But you take on the name, and maybe sometimes you go on Facebook, you write the Johnsons.
Some people even has gone to the point where them tattoo the man name on their skin. And it doesn't work out and they have to go back, go on black or on whatever that is that they normally do.
Exactly. And so some persons believe that once the man engage you, oh no, I'm not single no more. Girl, I'm off the market and taken. No, you're not, darling. You're still single. Sorry to burst that bubble of yours again. Sorry, but you're single. Because me not see where engagement guarantees marriage until you're married, until you walk, even when you walk the aisle, you're still single. The only time you are officially married is when you say the vows and you sign the certificate there and it's legitimate. You're married then time that you're officially not single. But until then, darling,
all of us are legally single.
Yes, legally.
In a relationship, you're still single. Let me just reiterate here. Let me reiterate the reading. Until you're married, you're single. You just get engaged, try to still single. You live with your boyfriend and you have children, you're still single. You've been together for 15 years, still single. You call him mother. You call his mother mom, and she calls you whatever name she wants to call you. You're still single. In pit them call him mommy, or your children call him dad, you're still single. If you even have joint accounts, remember now, that would have been a stupid move because you're still single. So ladies, please remember now, single is defined as dating but not yet married. So not until you're married, you are still single.
Exactly. So I do hope that you learned something today, and we will have a different perspective on the term singleness, because some people don't want to be associated with the term, because no, that's not me. But me sure say, let this be the guide, people. Always remember, when you go to fill out your forms, your tax office form, your paperwork, when you go to the visa, and they say marital status, what do you tell me? What you check in the box? Everybody check. That is a rhetorical question. Everybody check single or married or widowed. Or so it identifies who you are. So let us not confuse ourselves. And society now knows who you are based on that. So them look for you the way you're there. So if me say me single, just imagine,
just like at work, there's more, people have more respect for persons who are married. Even at my workplace. Once you're single, the principal feel like I can do overtime because you have nobody they need to go home to. Yes. Married people, no. They have to leave.
Because the principal doesn't want to hear, oh, I am in a relationship, but I'm single. No, they never ask if you're in a relationship. They ask you single or married. So you have to select single because a single is what you are. And so them treat you how you say you are. And so you're single. So do not confuse yourself. And so it's high time we as females do not act as if we're better off than the ones who doesn't have a man per se. Because me have my man, me not single, me in a relationship.
I mean live with a man, so how can I be single? Me wash for the man, me clean for the man, yeah.
And then you know what is interesting about this too? You have some females who goes to the point of calling other females. Because say for instance, you call the man woman, right? Woman now, take on the role. Call woman. But I want you to call Steve, Steve is my man now.
Oh, Steve can be. No, Steve is our man.
The only reason, she is Steve's girlfriend because in the past Steve, top of the Steve list. But he soon shuffle the deck and she soon reach her bottom.
You're right.
Because we don't know how we are one person when all are we single. Until Steve put a ring on any one of us, our finger, it is at that time we claim Steve. We can't claim him when both of us are in the same position. So don't be confused with the idea of singleness. It is what it is. If you're not legally married, sorry to say, you're single. And so we're going to end tonight's discussion with this. It is important for us to self-identify as single and not hide it, not run away from it, or give ourselves the societal title of being in a relationship. No way, that's not acceptable, but on Facebook wants us to be socially acceptable, and so we say yes, we're in a relationship. But it's important for us as females to self-identify us as being single, not hide it, not run from it. And the moment we understand what the definition of single is, then we associate ourselves with it. It is high time we stop saying single means you're not on the relation, you're not on the man. No, that's it mean. It means in our relationship, you're dating, but you're not taken.
Not married.
You're not married. So I don't know, when do we consider ourselves to be taken? When we're married.
Good.
So until then, me single. So if me in a one relationship and the man not ring me single, which means I have the autonomy to what?
Date.
To date. And remember, bear in mind, I can be in a committed relationship and still be single to the point where me can say, alright then, me ain't a this, but me single. If it is, me realize it not going away. Because if it not going away, me not stay. Because it don't make sense. Me tie myself down to something when I work out.
Exactly.
So if me engage and the man take 50 years if he married me single. So in the meantime, when I'm engaged and the person, in the meantime when I'm engaged and if the man take 50 years to get married to me, me now wait. Me, Johnson, now wait. Because engagement can't guarantee marriage, I mean, I sit down and wait. If 2 to 3 years should dictate whether or not I am wife material. People are calling and say, oh, me and a wifey without the ring. And when you say, and a wifey girl is still at the girl in a relationship. Just the girl where man prefer now. You're at the top of the man's list now. But you're not married. So how can you be wifey? Your wifey and me are matey. Two of we are matey. Two of us are mateys because we're not legally married to the man. So I don't know why we believe that you will have pitney with a man. We're not single. Oh, me know one relationship and we walk with us. And we in a relationship. No, we're not in a relationship. We're single. We can still be in a relationship and still be single, darling. Because some people feel like that once they're in a relationship, they're no longer single. Sorry to say. So sorry to burst that bubble. I do hope that you learned something tonight. I'm going to leave by reiterating the tenets of what singleness are. And so go ahead, miss.
It says you just get engaged. You are still single. You live with your boyfriend and we have kids. Still single. We have been together for 15 years.
Wow. Super stupid single.
I call his mother mom and if she calls you,
you're still single.
My kids call him dad.
Survey. Ding. Single.
We have a joint account.
This is getting very old. Single.
Yes, credit in my name.
You fool for put credit. Single. And so we're going to be leaving with those tenets tonight. I do hope that you enjoy the discussion. We do this every Saturday at 8 p.m. And so next week, Saturday, I do hope that you tune into the live and you share into the discussion. It was a pleasure having you on the live, and I do hope that you enjoy the rest of the night.
Until then, bye.
Right.